Hey, it's Nigel Gooding.
And Jamie Gooding, yeah.
We're here for the Boxing Day clash, Town against Gillingham, the big match of the season. Ready to run off a spell of 3 important games for Town on the back of some recent poor performances. What's your prediction, Jamie, for today?
I want to say 3-1. I mean, it's one we need to win. I think first, given that we've beaten them twice already, it's the sort of side that, we've already proven ourselves, that kind of thing. There's already the heat between, Steve Evans and Paul Lambert. We need to win this one of any of them, just to kind of prove ourselves, break that kind of rut that we're in. I know it kind of, we changed a few with the formation, or a few with the squad. It's not as many changes as we had before. We can kind of start to get, quite a lot of these players are settling now. Try to get them, within the team. Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah. 3-1, I reckon. Yeah,
I would go with 3-1. I think, we're obviously been concerned with the Honey Badger putting out a number of different changes in matches, sort of like 60-something changes in the last 9 matches. We definitely need to get that consistency now. It looks like possibly we've gone back to 4-4-2 that we were doing okay with earlier in the season, and if that starts to get us results again and a bit more confidence back in the team, that's going to be good, because I think the team need 2 good wins now on the trot to start getting back on top of things again. I'm a bit concerned about Toto being in the lineup again, based on the fact that he looks like he's a red card waiting to happen every time he plays. I would have had Wilson there, but it's possibly a formation that could be 4-4-2, or it could end up being wing backs with Edwards and Garbutt acting as those wing backs there. So whether we'll start with that or we'll move to that as the game goes on, but we have to take the game to Gillingham, no way about it. We need an early goal, a good start, something to get the 22,000 crowd behind us. And the crowd's something I'm worried about. We've had a blip in form recently, and quite quickly the crowd have started to turn against the Honey Badger and the team, and this is the time for the crowd to start stepping up and actually get behind the team when we have a big crowd here. Without that, it's going to put even more pressure onto the team.
I say different. I can't question the fans particularly much this season, but you look at when we were against Peterborough early in the season and really kind of getting behind them, and even when we were making a couple of mistakes here and there, especially early on, not kind of letting it set us back, still chanting, still cheering them on, and just the difference that it made. I think that's one of the factors we need to make sure, going into the new year, and especially against teams like Wickham and going forward, just making sure that we can get everything behind him, both on the pitch, off the pitch, everything sorted. I think this is the game that we need to get that done and dusted, really. Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Up a Town.
Samuel here. So Gillingham at home today. There's a lot of pressure on Town to win, given they've had a really poor run of form recently, losing to Portsmouth as well, who were playing Wickham today. So a chance for them to get some points off a promotion rival. And but yeah, it's a big game. It's against Gillingham. Should be winning this game. Beat them twice already this season, 4-0 in the Cup, 1-0 away. Lambert versus Evans was a little bit of a rivalry. Maybe it still is. Holy not starting though against his former team. I do think he should be playing, although Norris played decent against Portsmouth. But yeah, this rotation, I do not understand it. I think eventually we might come to a conclusion with a team, a winning team from all this rotation, but it's causing us to not get points that we're desperately need at the moment. Freddie back, so that's a positive, having him up top, maybe with Norwood and Jackson, could be a really good trio. But yeah, hoping for 3 points today. My prediction is 2-0 to Ipswich. Come on you Blues.
It's David Flisher. I'll get the bit you can edit out first. That was a second thought, Gillingham are an absolute disgrace to football with the time-wasting nonsense. But beyond that, we didn't deserve anything, and if anything, Gillingham deserved something from it. They created more. We were very, very poor. Why on earth NCR gets anywhere near anybody's football team is beyond me. Why take Danassian off when he's the best defender we've got on there, especially to put Edwards on, who hasn't done anything in 2 years. The man's an embarrassment, shouldn't be anywhere near a football pitch. Nolan is useless. There may be a footballer in there somewhere, but we're not seeing it. Downs has been our best midfielder all season, so rotation means he's fully fit and on the bench. Excellent. We hump balls forward, and then when we do anything with it, I mean, what was it? An entire game again without a single shot on target. It's just shockingly poor, and I'm really not looking forward to my drive to Lincoln, quite frankly. 22,000 there, absolutely silent, and deservedly boos at the end. And frankly, I've got absolutely no faith in Lambert to sort it out. He's going to carry on rotating. Next game, we're going to see some random formation, a formation of WM with Skews as shadow striker or something. It's ludicrous. He either needs to set a settled side, or he needs to...
Well, here we are at the end of another depressing match. So much optimism before we went into Portman Road this afternoon. But again, the team fell below par again. I can't really put a finger on it. No shots on target is not great. Less shots in total than the other team, not great. For about 30 minutes of the first half, I was really struggling to think I was at home. I didn't even think we were the home team. So many below par performances, but the lack of creativity is the key thing for me. We have players that don't seem to be finding space. We are so slow on the counter-attack. We always seem to want to take an extra touch more than is needed rather than trying to get the ball forward. The only positive for me was seeing Freddie come on, but only with 10 minutes to go. Again, another late substitution. Flynn Downs remained on the bench all afternoon when we were crying out for a bit of passion in the midfield. Jamie, what are your thoughts?
3-1 was definitely optimistic. I think 1-1 probably would have been a fair result. I have no idea how we lasted the first half without letting a goal in. Things to kind of draw from it. I mean, yeah, no goals on target isn't fantastic, to say the least. I have to say with the formation, I mean, the fact that we set up with, nobody was quite sure if it's 4-4-2 or 3-5-2 with wing backs. Can at least kind of see a bit of a positive there. There's something there that they can build from. They're changing it up at the end to be more attacking. I think the only thing that really draw is, as much as in previous games, change formation every time. Maybe there's something here we can stick with. Maybe there's a system. There's almost a glimmer of hope of it, of something that, yes, I have 4-4-2. You can chop and change only slightly, kind of a couple of players a game, as every other manager's doing. But if you need to go attacking, kind of switch to wing backs, bring up a defender, that kind of thing. One thing I did say in the ground was, you look at any kind of looking forward, and this is being optimistic. Saying we stay where we are second. And we do go up. Look at any kind of mid-table championship side, and you bring them against, Gillingham or Wickham, any of the ones that we've seen here. I think realistically, only Peterborough would have been the sort of team that I could see them kind of holding them for anything. Otherwise, I think any mid-table championship side should be able to trounce a lot of teams in this league. And if that's where we see ourselves, we're not in the right place now. There is a lot of building still to be done, definitely.
Yeah, it's not great. We needed a confidence win this afternoon to take us into 2 tricky away matches, and we didn't get that. I suppose the only other thing in other news is that Norwich have gone bottom of the Premier League, so we have to take something for the afternoon.
Disappointed, to be honest. That wasn't very Christmassy, was it? Because of that, I'm going to take these off. It's absolutely dreadful today. It's probably the worst performance I've seen. It's the rotation, isn't it? It's not working. They don't know each other. It's getting sick of saying it, to be honest. It's every game now. Just the rotation doesn't work. It's different players each game, and just we're suffering. We're falling down the league because of it. I know Peterborough lost today, Wickham lost today. No, Peterborough didn't lose, they drew, didn't they? But at the same time, we could have capitalised on that, and we haven't. And now probably third. I know Oxford won. I'm not quite sure if that puts us fourth. But if it does, then we're falling down the league. We had a great start, and it's just not working for us anymore. And I think Lambert needs to. He's responsible for that, because we're not confident, we're not playing well. If we had a settled squad today, then that could have been that could have win. I mean, no disrespect to Gillingham, but we should be winning these games, and we're not, and it's a bit disappointing. Judge, for me, he's supposed to be this quality player, he's supposed to be a Premier League player. What has he done for us in signing for us last year? Yeah, good pass here and there, but that's not good enough, is it? It's nothing today. I know he's out on the left, which isn't quite his position. At the same time, it's not working. He shouldn't play there, and it's just not good enough for us at the moment. Toto as well. I mean, I don't even bother moaning about him anymore. I just laugh about him. It's sliding into that gate today. I mean, it's just Toto all over, isn't it? And of course that yellow card as well. The fans backed him up before half time, but that was a yellow card. He had the player's shirt. He had his arm around him, and it was a free kick. And why would he play to start off with? I mean, Wilson got a perfectly good defender, Wilson on the bench, and he's played Toto. So, which to be fair, I know we drew, got a point from that, but we shouldn't be. We should be winning. We've got obviously Lincoln on Sunday, which again I'm not very confident for that now. I wasn't before today, but again it's a rotation, and I've said it before. It's just a Lambert. Get the fans on side, and then he's trying to keep us on side, but it's not working at all. Now I'm beginning to look past that. He's not a very good manager, is he? I mean, his tactics aren't that great. Just keeps changing, chopping, changing. Not for us long term. Maybe to the end of the season if he gets us up. But nah, I'm not going to say call for his head, but at the moment I don't want him here long term. It's beginning to get to me now, and hopefully he doesn't. If he doesn't go up, definitely then he's got to go, because this is a one season where it's got to work, and he's costing it for us.